If you knew what your true yes was and what your true no was in all areas of your life, would you be able to choose faster and easier? What futures would those choices create? Everyone is capable of connecting to their bodies in a way to have more exuberant and joyful living now and in the future. Now, here is your host of Choosing a Different Future with Siris.
Hi everyone, I'm Siris Raquel Rivas-Verdejo, and you're here with me on Choosing a Different Future with Siris. And today's show topic is the art of seducing more from your business. I haven't talked about this one in a while, and I'm really interested to see what's going to show up today. If you're new to our show, this show is all about us discussing the strategies, the tools, the options that we have available to us so that we can create lives that are beyond what has been projected and expected of us from anybody, including ourselves. And it's also for you to create a life that actually is worth living to you, that lights you up with more ease. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but we could definitely have more ease. And I don't know about y'all, but I will take any more ease that I can get. And I'm coming from this from my experiences as a life coach. I work with busy individuals and families so that they can improve their communication in all areas of all relationships that they have. And I also am a therapeutic energy worker. I've been a speech language pathologist now for 17 years and a learning behavioral specialist. And a lot of times, the families that have children with special abilities and concerns with feeding will ask me to provide feeding therapy as well. So, there's a lot of different angles that I like to approach things with. And I've been fortunate to be connected with a lot of different systems and approaches and trainings that I also imbue this podcast with. And so please make sure you connect with us on our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com/chat room and pick whatever name you want for your username. And then you can go ahead and comment along with us and get feedback for business or any area of the business of living as well that you would like us to talk about and support you with today. So a couple of comments before we get into the topic today. I just want to say thank you so much to everyone for all the messages you sent after last week's episode, where I was talking about and geeking out with Justin on the body and relationship lessons of Disney movies. And it was really, I'm so grateful that I actually got to geek out and not just cry the whole time. Because I was still and am still grieving a ton. My uncle had just passed away right before, 2 days before that episode, and I still wanted to show up for myself, and I still wanted to show up for y'all. And many of you messaged me thanking me for my vulnerability and how it brought up this stuff in you, and you told me about your aha moments from discussions that we were talking about with the different themes of those Disney movies. So I'm really glad it contributed to you so much. And it definitely is going to be a part of the discussion today, because part of the art of seducing more from your business, the theme for today, is showing up. If you don't show up for your business, how are you going to do business? And given all of the different things that have been going on the last year, at this point, maybe 2 years, where it's just been one person passing away after the other, one issue with my home after the other, one thing going on with family after the other, different things with my business. It's definitely affected my business so much. And not always for the greater. Definitely met some amazing people and added some new people to my life and colleagues and networks that I didn't have before. But it's also taken a blow. It's also made things really challenging. And I'm continually having to look at, okay, what else can I do that I haven't done before? And then I was looking at some topics that I could talk with you about. And I'd been dynamically resisting talking about business on our podcast for a while. So I've been doing a lot of wellness and self-care and codependency and things that I felt like I could speak to in an authentic way, that it would be congruent and would resonate with what's going on in my life that was working. And with business, I was like, yes, it's working and I'm doing business and I'm still in business. Yay. I can't take that for granted because there's a lot of people whose businesses have gone to the wayside and they don't have businesses anymore. And so I'm grateful that I do have one. Now, is it thriving in the way that I would like? No. Is it running as smoothly as I would like? Is it reaching as many people as I would like? Absolutely not. And one of the things that I had to look at was some of the things that we are going to be looking at today. And so I'm going to go on this journey with y'all. I'm going to revisit this for myself and with my business as I'm talking to you about it, because I'd really like to know, what does seducing your business mean to you? Like, when you looked at the description, if you got a chance to look at the description before listening in today, what did that bring up for you? Everybody has something interesting to say about what does seducing business mean for them. And I'm going to tell you what it means to me over the course of our chat today. And then I'm going to read this description. I did write a description for this show, but I definitely wanted you to know that I'm in this with y'all. I'm mucking around, I'm figuring things out. And when you're an entrepreneur, that's a continual thing. There's never this like, okay, and I'm done and I can just coast and the business is just going to do its thing. Even when you have systems and automations that make it easier and streamline processes for you, you're still having to look at what's required in your business, especially as economies change. And the economy has changed. The world has changed like 100 times in the last 2 years. So being willing to ask these questions with your business is going to be really important for you to still be able to do it, and for you to still wonder if you want to still do business. Like, it's perfectly valid for you to not want to do the business that you're doing anymore and change as well. And we got some questions sent in about that. So wherever you're at, I hope this contributes to you. And I want to be clear that I do not know everything about this, but one thing I do know is that I'm willing to seduce my business for more at any time. No matter where I'm at, no matter what's going on with the economy, no matter what my energy level is, that's part of why I'm still in business. And seducing business and being with your business as if it's a person, as if it's an entity that you talk to, is part of what we're going to be looking at. Because a lot of y'all, as you're listening to me, you're probably like, what is this? Where is she going with this? I promise you'll be more clear on this by the time we're done. So I'm going to read the description. This is the official description that I wrote for this episode. All right. So, what does seducing your business mean to you? Why in the world would you want to seduce your business? What do you already know about seduction that you could use to take your business to the next level? This isn't about marketing. This isn't about accounting. This is receiving with and through your business in a way you haven't considered before. And so in this episode, I will highlight some tips to flirt your way to a more co-creative relationship with your business in order to seduce it to make you too much money, to create more for your life, those around you, and if you'd like, more for the world. This is a taste of the Business Your Way course, which is a self-paced course I created, and it's on empoweringlightlanguage.com/businessyourway. It's also on this episode's link. But let's get into it, because part of what I'd like to look at with y'all is this idea of talking to your business. So for me, part of what all the grieving and the chaos with my home life, and I had an apartment that had like more than 20 maintenance requests in 3 months. 3 months. And I knew every maintenance guy on the maintenance team. It was a whole thing. And it was really stressful because for me, I needed my home. I even now need my home to be a haven, to be an oasis, a place where I can recharge. And it also happens to be where I'm doing business. So it was affecting when I had to keep stopping and starting to let the maintenance men in and explain to them what was going on and what they needed to fix. It was interrupting my sessions with my clients, or I'd have to reschedule appointments and things like that. So as Justin would say, life be lifing. And I still had to do business and chose to do business because I guess I didn't have to. I chose to do business even though life be lifing. And with that, I would check in with my business as if it's a person. So what do I mean by that? Well, you're a person, right? You have your body. We've talked about getting your yes and your no with your body. Body, what is our yes today? Ooh, it is a lift right now. When I was brushing my teeth earlier, yes was like a turn to the right. Right now, yes is a lift of the chest. Thank you for adding in your energies, making it even more clear today. Yay. And then body, what is our no today? And it's like shakety, shaky, shaking. And like all of a sudden I'm shrinking down to the ground. Okay. Now, what is your yes and your no with your body? Do that a couple times until it's really clear. If it's not quite loud enough or you're really in your head, give yourself a squeeze, make sure you're with your body. Also ask, hey, how can this be louder with ease? And make sure you add the with ease part because we don't want it to like throw you against the wall or be painful or make you nauseous or something that's not so fun. With ease. And so I do the same thing with my business. I'm like, all right, business. Hey, we're doing business today. We're up, we're running, we're out of bed. All right, let's do it. Some of us are doing business from the moment we roll over and look at our phones. I've been training myself not to do that as so much because I go into like adrenaline go, go, go. And so I actually wake up and I take 5 deep breaths first. My one of my recommendations from my therapist, Luce. Hi, Luce, if you're listening, I adore you. Thank you so much. And it really helps reset my vagus nerve, really helps all of the go, go, go that I've been dealing with and the grief. And so it just really centers me. And then I get up and I'm saying hi to my body, asking the questions we just did, hi to my business. And then I say, okay, business, what is our yes today? Okay, you see, in my business, yes is like my head's really still. Interesting. Like I just want to like purse my lips, like, and that's a yes. And business, what's our no today? And that's the left. Interesting. Now you can do it separate, but I like things quick. I like things that are, or it takes the least amount of time. I want to get things done a lot. As you know, I'm not the most patient of people. So I'd like everything to be already set and the least amount of time I can do with something, the better. So I actually combine it. So I'll say, okay, business and body, we're all together in this. I would like my body to contribute to my business. I would like my business to contribute to my body. If I'm doing things in business that is making my body really, really tired, for me personally, the way I like to do business, I don't want it to tire me out. I don't want to have burnout. And so a lot of people won't consider that. They assume burnout's just a part of being an entrepreneur or solopreneur or a mompreneur. Overwhelm, going and doing like 8 to 12-hour days and not really having any days off. That's just a part of doing business, especially that first year and all of these limiting beliefs that then create a lot of contraction, a lot of stress, and doesn't open up the ease that I personally would really like to have in my business. So I used to do business that way and it worked in some respects. It did give me the results that I wanted, but not with my body. So then my health would take a toll. And I am done having my business not have a creative process and creative relationship with my body. It has to nurture it, and then my body can nurture my business as well. So I say together, okay, body and business, and then me as an infinite being, we're 3 different entities. Hey, what is our yes today? And just, oh, I love that. That feels very yummy. And what is our no today? And no with us all together is like a looking up. For me, the yes was like really spacious and like you heard that sigh, right? Like, oh, I'm just super relaxed. And that's what I found more and more, that when I don't separate it, that's exactly the energy that it brings. It brings this this relaxation, this like spa feeling when you're in the bathtub or you have the bubble bath or something. I do Epsom salt baths personally and not bubble bath so much anymore. But whatever that is for you, what if you could have more of that with your body and business together? that is one of the precursor things that we have to look at. This one of those foundational principles of seducing your business to have more come from your business. If you don't actually treat it like something that has a voice, that has an awareness, that has a power to it, then you're actually not receiving as much from it as you could. And it slows things down. It makes things a lot heavier. It's like you're checking in with a lot of separate things instead of let's bring it all together. Let's really know that we are in this. And that makes us stronger and it makes things clear. Okay. So it is time for our first break, y'all. I hope that you are enjoying things so far. You're listening to Choosing a Different Future with Siris on the Inspired Choices Network. And when we return, we will continue to discuss the art of seducing more from your business. We will be right back.
Most people haven't been taught how to listen and partner with their bodies in order to create lives that include clarity, pleasure, ease, and connection. Tuning in to Choosing a Different Future with Siris, you'll receive tools, inspiration, and resources on how to use your awareness of bodies and energy to your advantage. Siris is a family and child coach and therapeutic energy worker who will guide you to get clear and acknowledge what's brilliant, magical, and a gift about you.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Choosing a Different Future show with Siris. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. Connect with Siris through her website, empoweringlightlanguage.com, or send an email to empoweringlightlanguage@gmail.com. Now, back to the program.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. I'm Siris Raquel Rivas-Verdejo on Choosing a Different Future with Siris. And today our show topic is the art of seducing more from your business. And just so you know, our show is brought to you by Protanden's Tri-Synergizer. Take advantage of the important contribution from every Protandan supplement. You get comprehensive benefits, including support for healthy aging, optimal cellular energy, improved mental focus, and healthy longevity. It's a level of benefits that you can only get from teamwork. And the Protandan family of products works by activating your body's pathways to enhance its own functions. They activate the production of antioxidants, mitochondria, and sirtuins, key components for overall long-term health. And the result of this triple tier approach is our most powerful solution. And so we have information about this on our episodes page, or you can also go to sirisrivas.lifevantage.com. I've been taking this product for over 5 years and I love it. It's been a really big part of my routine. And the key part that I love is that it's not a supplement, it's an activator. So it's actually activating my body's ability to do the things that it used to do when I was in my 20s with ease. So it's actually turning on the production of the mitochondria and it's working better. It's actually having me have the benefits of intermittent fasting, even if I'm not actually having the diet of intermittent fasting. So it's really, really cool. Definitely reach out if you have any questions, but I love it. And everybody in my family's on this and we would not do this. Like we would not be doing this for so long if it wasn't something that was creating more ease and helping us in our health and well-being. So before we went on break, we were talking about what some of the things means to be this. Let me try that again. This is one of the things that I've been realizing as I've been grieving and crying a lot. Like I just let myself cry whenever I need to cry, y'all. And then I get up, I wash my face, and I get back to going on here. I haven't cried yet today. Yay. And so, but I have been noticing that the stress and the grief has been playing a bit of a dance with my word retrieval skills and with my like articulation, like my ability to formulate my thoughts, because I'm just moving slower mentally lately, and just letting myself be there. So bear with me, all right? I appreciate your patience with that. Um, so before we were talking about what it means to seduce your business a little bit and how we need to actually look at your business as an entity, as a person. Well, let's take it a step further, all right? I actually talk to my business and my body like they're friends. My body is my best friend because it's with me everywhere all the time. And I'm not always wanting to do business. But when I'm looking at things for my business, I ask my body and business about what I should wear. So, for instance, this headscarf that I'm wearing today, and the earrings and the shirt and everything like that, my pants that you can't see, they were picked out by my business. And my body and my business together would send me pictures. They send me pictures often, even before I open my eyes in the morning. They're like, wear this or eat this. They'll send me those pictures. And so very clearly today, I was like, okay, body, how's our energy? What's going to take for us to have more energy today and do all the things that we need to do? And one of the things was like, I don't want to do my hair right now. I just don't. I don't want to wet it. I don't want to curl it. I don't want to style it. I don't want to brush it. That's just not going to work for me. So what is going to work for both of us, for the body, for the business? And my business was like, sent me the picture of this headscarf. And I was like, ooh. And then my body was like, ooh. And then we got more excited about the day with just the idea of this headscarf. So thank you, business, for sending me the picture to my head of this headscarf. And my body was like, approve, stamp of approval, let's go. And now here we are. It's one of those things that when you look at seduction, when you're going and preparing for a date, you think about what you're going to wear for the date, right? Or at least I hope you do. Please do. I've definitely been on dates with people that did not think about what they were wearing at all. I went on a date with someone that literally they came to the date with like a stained t-shirt that was super sweaty. I don't know what they were doing. They were doing construction right before the date or what, but I was like, not only do I don't feel like you're really considering me, but I don't know if you're respecting yourself with your choice to come to this date dressed this way. Okay, just my interesting point of view. I definitely still met up with them. We actually had a fun time. They're now my friend. They're actually a very good friend. But at the time I was like, really? That's what you're choosing? Okay. And I'm glad I didn't judge them and dismiss them based on their clothing, but it was something I had to work through. And when you're doing business, you don't want to lose people from something that you actually have control over. You want to make it as smooth as an easy way for them to be open to what you have to say, to be open to possibly considering, doing business with you and choosing your services or going to your events or classes or whatever it is, buying your products. So if you ask, okay, what could I wear that would make me too much money? What would your business tell you about that? What would your body tell you about that? And it may not be something that you have in your closet. That's the other thing. I've been fortunate that more times than not, it's like, okay, there's something in my closet that was like, okay, this is a yes today. Or what's been fun is when they combine things together that I would never have considered. And I'm like, oh, you want me to put these earrings with this hat, but this shirt and these boots? Wait a minute. And then I put it together and I'm like, this is actually pretty cool. All right. This actually looks really good. Wouldn't have thought of it. So it's like having a fashion consultant that is really looking at it from the lens of what's going to work with your business. When you're really tapped into your inner knowing of your yes and your no with your body and business together, it can be super, super cool. So that's been really nice. And then, it makes me think of one of my clients actually. So when I first started doing business coaching, I was very hesitant. I was like, that's not really my specialty. Business coaching isn't where I lean. It's really communication. Everything about communication, I love geeking out about, from languages, and multiculturalism and and the nonverbal cues and the energetics of communication. That's like where I really thrive. And guess what? There's communication required in business. And so people would start to reach out to me when they knew that I was doing coaching, and they're like, could you help me with my business? And I was in my head, I was like, could I help them with their business? And I got a yes. So I was like, all right, let's see how this works. And it was very much about looking at this piece that I hadn't really acknowledged about myself, that I am a big old flirt with business and how I do business. I flirt with everybody. I flirt with my business. I flirt with potential clients. I flirt with the energetics of the conversations. I flirt with their bodies, not necessarily with them. So I'm receiving information from these people's bodies to get to know what to say, what not to say. What are they requiring? Are they saying this, but they really mean this thing underneath that they haven't acknowledged yet? Their body is telling me these things, which is really kind of this cool hack. And that's what I love about the seduction process when you're looking at it through for business. It's not a separate, like, okay, I'm a flirt with my friends. My friends will tell you I'm flirting with them. They've been my friends. It could be for a couple months, or it could be for decades. And I'm a big old flirt with them. I was like, girl, you look so cute in that dress. Oh my goodness, you are going to get it tonight. That whole thing. And they're like, oh, you're so funny. Da, da, da. They know I'm not going to like try to actually like have sex with them. But I love the flirtation. It's so much fun. It's a sign of you being happy and joyful, and that's very attractive to people, including people that might want to do business with you. No one wants to do business that's someone that's really sad and depressed. Like, I am sad right now, I am grieving right now, I am showing up anyway and talking about seduction and flirting, and that's making me happier just talking about it, which then is getting me out of my funk, which then might lead to one of y'all reaching out to me for a consultation or asking questions or coming to one of our upcoming classes. Who knows? But at the minimum, when you're seductive with your business, you get to seduce yourself out of funk so that you can have the business of exuberant living for yourself. Because that's the thing. Like, it's not about business as a brick and mortar or online business. It's also about the business of living. And I'd like for that to be as fun and enjoyable, as profitable and pleasurable, those are a lot of P's, for you as possible. Profitable, pleasurable, possible, yeah, okay. And yeah, so this makes me think of one of my clients, actually. I made a note to mention this because this is super, super cool. So she reached out to me and she was like, I want you to help me with my business. And like I said, I was like, I hope I can help you with your business. And I showed up. Remember, we talked about the first thing, show up to the date, show up to the meeting, show up for your business, show up for yourself. And so I showed up, we started talking, we had a consultation, and I realized, oh, wow, yeah, no, I could talk to her about business, because I really realized that she wasn't really owning her seductive powers. She wasn't really treating her business like an entity. And she was having a really hard time at the time in writing the copy for her website. She was having a hard time with picking out the pictures for different pages. She was like, I don't know where to go with this and how to design my website. So I helped her actually tap into the voice of her business beyond just the yes and no. That's the first step. But there are other messages your business tries to tell you, like what colors for branding is going to work for you, and what images are going to, or where would they like them to be? What's the layout for your website? And if you're making pictures and you're taking like a photo shoot, you're going on a photo shoot for your business. Well, what should you wear for that? And how should you stand? And what's the energy you want to be in those different photos? So when I last did a photo shoot, that was very much what I did. The time flew by. I also had just a wonderful photographer, Somi. So Shots by Somi is the company, if you want to check them out. They're based out of Savannah, Georgia. And I had a great time because he was really supportive, and he was flirting, and he was being the energy of the seduction with the business. And we both knew it wasn't going to go anywhere. It was just like to ping pong and put me at ease. And then he saw that it was helping me to like relax and to actually like not think too much. And I thought about my business, and I talked with my business as I was looking this way, and I was looking over the shoulder over here. And when I did like the power stance and all these different poses, it really helped. And so it helped with my client as well to have these discussions. And then we were able to go page by page through her website, and she absolutely loved her website. And she loved that it felt like her, and it also felt like her business in a distinct way. It wasn't necessarily what she would have chosen if it was all based on her as an infinite being. She really had those business meetings with her body, with herself, and her business, and they talked through everything. And it came through. It came through so clearly. It was so awesome. And it still looks gorgeous to this day. Every once in a while, I check out her website. And I was like, what's she doing? What's going on in her business? And it's awesome. It's really, really cool. So this is one of the things that can happen when you look and approach your business like you're going on a date with them. Like you, every time you're doing business, you're about to go on a date. And so what are those considerations that you would consider that you could apply to business that would make it way more fun? And what are the P's? Let's see, pleasurable, profitable, and possible. All right, y'all, it's time for our next break. When we return, we were going to continue to discuss how we can seduce our business. I want to talk about not just the clothing, but some of the other energetics and things to consider. And you're listening to Choosing a Different Future with Siris, with myself, Siris, on the Inspired Choices Network. We will continue to discuss art of seducing more from your business. We will be right back.
Most people haven't been taught how to listen and partner with their bodies in order to create lives that include clarity, pleasure, ease, and connection. Tuning in to Choosing a Different Future with Siris, you'll receive tools, inspiration, and resources on how to use your awareness of bodies and energy to your advantage. Siris is a family and child coach and therapeutic energy worker who will guide you to get clear and acknowledge what's brilliant, magical, and a gift about you.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Choosing a Different Future show with Siris. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. Connect with Siris through her website, empoweringlightlanguage.com, or send an email to empoweringlightlanguage@gmail.com. Now, back to the program.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Siris Raquel Rivas-Verdejo on Choosing a Different Future with Siris. And today our show topic is Art of Seducing More from Your Business. Our show is brought to you by Protanden's Tri-Synergizer. Take advantage of the important contribution from every Protandan supplement. You can get comprehensive benefits, including support for healthy aging, optimal cellular energy, improved mental focus, and healthy longevity. The information is on our episodes page. Check it out. I love this product. Like I mentioned before, I have been using it for more than 5 years, and so does everybody in my family. It's been a game changer for us. And I want to make sure that you know about some upcoming events that we have going on. I'm going to be in Chicago for our next Awakening class. The theme of this class is coming home to you. So what it would be like for you to actually feel like you are connected with yourself in a more enjoyable way, and that you're connected with your body. And this class, unlike our last one, is both in person in Chicago, in the city proper. A lot of people have been asking if it's going to be in the Chicago proper or in the suburbs. It's in Chicago proper, and it's also going to be live streamed wherever you are, right to your home if you can't make it in person. But come in person. If you are in the United States, come and travel in. We have people traveling in from Texas, from Iowa, from no, not Mexico yet, but maybe I'm aware of something. From Wisconsin, And then I'll be traveling in from North Carolina where I live. So I'm really excited to connect with my Chicago peeps. And I'll also be staying there for a little bit, connecting with my family and visiting while I'm there, since I used to live in Chicago for more than 30 years. So excited to do that. And then we have our Expansive Energies group, our self-care membership. Check it out. It's at empoweringlightlanguage.com/expansive energies. And that's a group that we meet twice a month for therapeutic energy work. And we have a different theme each month. We just finished up our September calls, and that was on what's the language of your life. And we're still in the works of what the theme for October will be. Our Being a Different Possibility monthly calls, we had to reschedule the September 25th one. It'll actually be this upcoming Monday, October 2nd, because of family and all the stuff with my uncle passing. The theme is learning through movement. That's a virtual call. So you can chime in, you can send in questions, and you can get the replay for that. That's at empoweringlightlanguage.com/events. And then the October call is Family and Money on the 23rd. So go ahead and check them out. Go ahead and register. Hope to see y'all on any of those, or all of those, ideally. That would be really, really cool. So before we were on break, we were talking about treating your business like a person and going on dates with it. So when you're picking out what you're wearing, what would make you money to wear for your business? A lot of people don't think about that. And so they just wear what's comfortable, or they just wear what other people are wearing when they're doing certain photo shoots or where they're on social media. This is again, just my perspective, but I find that it's not always about looking perfect or having all your makeup done, or for yoga, I sometimes will I'm just trying to show up to yoga, man. I'm just trying to get in my workout, and I'll have the top doesn't necessarily coordinate or match very well with the bottom, but I showed up to yoga, and I post a photo about it, and people are like, yeah, you did yoga. And I was like, yeah, I showed up. And it's not like always the most trendy of outfits, and it's fine. And people are like, appreciate that, because then they also invite people to realize that they don't have to be perfect for any area of their life, including business. That being said, I love wearing the things that put my game face on, that really gets me in the mindset of I'm ready to create. I'm ready to contribute to people and to also learn from them back. That's often what I'm looking at when I'm getting dressed and when I'm doing my makeup, is that's helping me get out of lounge mentality of oh, I'm gonna veg out today. It's no, I'm actually gonna make money today. So is what you're choosing to wear so far going to make you money? I actually don't have the point of view that it has to be formal, that it has to have a certain look to it, that it has to be expensive. Justin has taught me a lot about kicks, the different sneakers, and how in not just Black culture, but definitely it started with that there is a lot of style, and it's a lot of money that some of these kicks costs, and people know that really know about different sneakers. They know that those cost money. There's a way to care for them so they don't get the creases in them, and how a lot more and more you're seeing with different artists, especially hip hop artists, that hoodies and different attire like that are really fashionable. It's actually a really cool sense of style, and those jogger pants and these different things. My brother's big on his jogger pants. If you looked at it through the traditional lens of a corporate way of dressing, none of these options would be acceptable. Sorry. And also accessible. It doesn't really make you accessible to people. It kind of puts you sometimes in a superior stance to them. And for me, I work with moms. I'm not trying to make them look like slobs or feel like slobs. They're already often self-conscious. So I'm definitely going to dress in a way that is comfortable for me and it's going to make me money, but I don't necessarily need to wear a formal gown while I'm going and talking to them about feeding with their kids, or how they can support the communication skills of their kids. That's not honoring of them, and that's going to do nothing for my business. That's not going to be great for my business. So it's not a one size fits all. It's not a uniform that you need to squeeze yourself into. It's really following your awareness day by day, and asking, or even part of the day. And then when you're going to another event, you might ask again, all right, what is the thing that I should wear here that's going to make me money? That's going to be profitable for me. Okay. And then same thing goes with events and classes. I don't pick my clothing, y'all. I don't pick what I wear for when I'm teaching classes. My body and business do. So when you see my dress that I bought in New Zealand, that I think a lot of people love that dress. I got that dress. The dress picked me when I was walking down the street in New Zealand. I think I was in Queenstown. Yeah, I think I was in Queenstown. And I was walking along this shop. I was, of course, looking for a place that I can replenish my tea because I love my tea. And this mannequin stand was out in front of this like secondhand, like consignment store. And I just took a quick look at the dress, and the dress was like, you get over here, like in Mortal Kombat, get over here. And I was like, whoa. And I get pulled to the dress. I was like, all right, let me see. I wasn't thinking of buying a dress. And asked the owner, hey, how much is this dress out in front? It was like $20-30 or something like that. I've used that dress so much all over the world. And I actually wore it the first time I facilitated my first international class, which was in New Zealand. And everyone was like, oh my God, the dress. And I was like, I just got it right here, y'all. This is amazing. And everyone was raving about the dress. And it was like a beautiful icebreaker, which is very helpful when you're facilitating a class and all these people who are wondering what the class is going to be like. And these new people in the class, they're kind of nervous. It broke the ice and it made people more comfortable, and we were laughing, and it just made the whole rest of the day go so much smoother. It was so cool. And I still love that dress, and I'm still rocking it. And it's been what year is it? 6 years or something? And it still looks like new. That's the other thing. So it doesn't have to be expensive, I promise. So really look at what's going to work for you in your business. All right. The other thing I wanted to talk about with seducing more, from your business is, well, who or what are you willing to seduce? A lot of people, and I've so far I haven't gotten in trouble by this, which made me really hesitant to bring it up the first time I started talking about it. Now I've mentioned it multiple times, and I've even been interviewed about this. I work with kids, right? I work with kids, I work with families, I work with adults, I work with everybody basically. But a lot of my week is time with kids. Like I would say over 50% is with kids. And I realize that kids are the biggest flirts. The biggest flirts. They are willing to bat their eyes to get the candy that they want. They want to make a joke about this other thing, and they're sharing their lives. Like for me, flirtation is like that enthusiasm, right? For living, and like, oh, I just played this new video game. It's so cool. And you should try it. And I was like, oh, I should try it. Okay, cool. And they're like, we're making these recommendations and all of that bing boom of flirtation. The kids love doing that. They love being like, hey, I want to play with my friend, or can I go here? And they're really trying to woo you to this idea that they have, be it to go to this water park, or to play this video game, or to eat this food that you may or may not approve of. They're willing to do that. And they've been such an invitation for me to do that for myself, to really seduce myself out of some of the heaviness, out of some of that seriousness. There's plenty of things I could be really serious about right now. Y'all know it. I know it. And yet, what if we could know that those things are there and yet still, and have it fuel us instead of drain us? And that's why I keep showing up, because I know every time I show up, when it's a yes to show up, because I'm not going to force it if it's a no, when it's a yes to show up, and it was a yes to show up to y'all with y'all today, and yes, and last week as well, it works out. I feel lighter. I feel like, okay, I am matching the vision, the purpose that I have for being here on this planet. Okay, I'm supposed to be here right now. Things are lining up. Things are coming together in a way that's magical. That's synchronicity. It's really, really cool. And kids are willing to do that. They're willing to see when things line up, and they really are aware when things are not lining up. And that's the other piece that I really love about them, is that they are willing to point out, hey, that's not right, or something's really off. And it's amazing to me how how powerful that is and how powerful that can be for us as adults, because we've often shut that down over the course of our lives for any number of reasons. And so I love working with kids because they remind me to keep that turned on, to keep that ability of me to be able to decipher when something is smooth and flowing, when we're in that flow, that groove, and when it's force, and when it's pushing, and when it's salesy, and when it's just ugh, that ugh, yeah, that ugh. Kids know that. And so when I was first talking about this years ago, I was concerned that people were going to think that I meant that kids are flirting with me because they want to have sex with me. No, that's not what I'm saying. Just like when I'm flirting with other people, I'm not saying I want to have sex with them. It's just this enjoyment of your life. It's knowing that it's fun to have a body on this planet, and kids know that, and they use that. And I want to always know that no matter what age I am. Maybe you do too. And that makes a big difference. So are you willing to flirt with anybody, no matter how old they are? Are you willing to seduce them through your business and through your products and your services and through how you communicate with them, or not? And is that working for you to do business if you're not willing to seduce and be seductive and attractive and accessible to a variety of people? Like, one of the things that people mention to me quite a bit is that they feel like I'm very inclusive. And it's one of the greatest compliments that I've received is, I really want to be inclusive. I really would like for people to feel like, even if they don't choose my class or my services, that they can have a conversation with me and that it might be enjoyable, that they'll walk away being like, I really like that conversation. I really like that interaction. I think that if more of us had that in the world would be a really different place. And through those little small interactions of seduction, of flirtation, of enjoyment, we could choose to have a different future together and create a different future together. All right, it's time for a break, y'all. Time is flying by. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so when we return, we're going to talk a little bit more about who and what we're willing to seduce. You're listening. Actually, you are choosing to listen to. I'm going to rework that. You're listening to Choosing a Different Future with Siris on the Inspired Choices Network. And when we return, we will continue to discuss the art of seducing more from your business. We'll be right back.
Most people haven't been taught how to listen and partner with their bodies in order to create lives that include clarity, pleasure, ease, and connection. Tuning in to Choosing a Different Future with Siris, you'll receive tools, inspiration, and resources on how to use your awareness of bodies and energy to your advantage. Siris is a family and child coach and therapeutic energy worker who will guide you to get clear and acknowledge what's brilliant, magical, and a gift about you. This is the Choosing a Different Future show with Siris. To participate in the program, join the live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. Connect with Siris through her website, empoweringlightlanguage.com, or send an email to empoweringlightlanguage@gmail.com. Now, back to the program.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Siris Raquel Rivas-Verdejo, and you're here on Choosing a Different Future with Siris. And today our show topic has been the art of seducing more from your business. So it's been really, really fun. I'm so glad that I showed up with y'all to talk about this, because it's actually making me more excited about my business again. And I need that, because with everything that's been going on, it's like I mentioned at the top of the show, it's taken a toll. It's definitely been harder to do business with going to one funeral after the next, grieving one person after the next, having all these things going on in my house and with my personal life and family. And I get it. Like it takes a lot. It takes a lot of courage to be on this planet right now, let alone to be doing business on this planet. So if you are considering business, I commend you. I really do. The other thing, there's some people that sent in some questions. There's one here that says, I'm working a 9 to 5 and would like to start a new career path, but I'm worried. This economy is shaky and people are getting laid off left and right. I'm scared to dive into it without the security of my current job. What do I do? Who told you you had to leave your current job to start a new career? That's the first question I had for you. Yes, there might, if you have kids, if you have a spouse, if you have other hobbies and things going on and commitments, it will take a lot of organization. I have, on multiple times in my life, I've basically worked a job and a half as I was starting to transition things. Like when I was working for a company for early intervention, which is when I was providing services all around Chicagoland for children in their homes and daycares that were birth to 3 in age. I started off with a company. I got the ropes. I learned about the paperwork, and I quickly wanted to get the full rate instead of taking a cut because I was paying this company to do billing and things. So I started getting clients little by little on my own. And as the clients with that company were leaving and being discharged because they were meeting their goals or they were going to school, I would add on slowly but surely my own clients. And I started to switch it over, but I didn't just give up on that company and that source that was consistent money just to go on my own. So if anybody told you you have to do that, I think that they're full of it, especially right now. I would not recommend that. You're right. There is a lot going on in our economy. It can be really tricky. And so if you have a good job, go for it. I would also give the job, and depending on your relationship with them, a heads up and be like, hey, I'm really dedicated to here, and I'm also doing some other outside projects. Don't say this if they're not willing to receive that, if that's going to hurt your prospects, or they're going to maybe lay you off or make it weird. You know who is going to be open to hearing that and who is not. Okay. So follow your awareness about this, but also look at what your current career ideas and business ideas are. And just because you have an idea doesn't mean it's for you to institute it. So one of the things I love about the Business Your Way self-paced course is that there's all these worksheets, and there's one of them that I really love called the Clear Idea Generator. So it's generating all these ideas through these different questions and prompts that are in that course. But then on top of that, it lets you know, okay, which is the one that's actually for you to put out into the world, and which one's maybe for somebody else, or maybe for you with somebody else. Maybe it's a business partner, maybe it's a collaborator, maybe it's a mentor, maybe it's a podcast network. Like there's just something there that you can start looking at. And then also when to institute that idea. When is it time to have that class, or to start writing that book, whatever it is, whatever that venture is, it walks you through that in a very clear way so that you have clarity. Because a lot of us are so full of ideas. We're like, which one do I do? Where do I start? It gives you guidelines on how to do that, which is something that I revisit. I use these same sheets that are in that course for my own business over and over and over again. So definitely consider that. But that's one thing I would encourage you to do, is to write down those ideas, and then also see which was the yes to go first with your body and your business together. Okay. Make sure you don't do something and do business that isn't a yes for both you, your body, and your business, or for all three of those. It's not both, it's all three, right? Okay. Awesome. Great question. Thank you for that. If anybody else has any other questions about anything I've mentioned today, go ahead and email me at empoweringlightlanguage@gmail.com. The other thing to look at with who and what you will be willing to seduce is, are you not willing to seduce and be flirtatious with the very people that you're hoping to target, that you're hoping to have, that you're hoping to provide services for, or that are looking for your products? If you're like, for instance, if you aren't willing and comfortable to be around rich people, it makes you feel really uncomfortable, then you're only working with people that have maybe a scarcity mentality or don't have the funds for your business, even though they may see the value of your services. So that was one of the things that was a factor for me. I had a really easy time working with people that were on Medicaid, that were maybe middle class or professionals, but if they were millionaires, I was super uncomfortable. I felt like a fish out of water. And now I can talk to millionaires, to everybody, and no matter what their socioeconomic status, I'm willing to do that. And it's made a big difference in my business. The same thing goes with certain topics too. We gotta go already. Oh my goodness. Join us next week with Justin's gonna be on the show.
Thank you for listening to the Choosing a Different Future show. Siris returns Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Mountain, and 7 a.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. Until then, keep choosing what will work for you and your body, your own unique way honoring what will work for you.